Crawford, he checked Max. He told him he hating. He never boxed before, so he don't know about boxers making weight. So my take is this: like Max Kellerman, like I said, they in ESPN they handing out backhand compliments because like when he talked about Crawford, right? He was like, he a mean fighter. He always talk about how mean he is in the ring, right? But my problem with Max Kellerman is the fact that he keeps saying that Crawford is this, Crawford is that. However, he don't say he pound for pound number one. He always try to put Lomachenko next to him. And then when he fighting a guy like Mean Machine, he criticizing his opponent. Even though Mean Machine is a 2-time Olympian. Even though Mean Machine is undefeated. But when Lomachenko fights a Luke Campbell, then that's a great fight. When Tyson Fury fight a Tom Schwartz, he never questioned Tyson Fury. He never bring up like, yeah, you fighting Mean Machine, like, and he bring up the fact that he lost to Ray Robertson or it was a draw. But when he had Tyson in front of him, he never told him, why you fighting Tom Schwartz, man? The guy ain't even ranked. You were supposed to fight Deontay Wilder the second time. Why you fighting Wallen? A cherry pick that you almost lost to. So he don't be keeping the same energy. So that's why I believe Crawford was kind of upset with him and kind of G-checked him like, hey, you don't know ish about boxing. So he kind of like, and Max Kellerman, he lost a lot of credibility to me. A whole lot when he said Pacquiao is a better fighter than Floyd. So like, why they fought? And then he even stated time and time again, he always mentioned the fact that Floyd Mayweather is a calculated fighter and like he tried to say that he cherry picks or whatever. However, he got a guy like Tyson Fury fighting a guy that ain't even ranked on the top 50. And he ain't keeping the same energy. Floyd opponents compared to Tyson Fury opponents, it ain't even a discussion. However, you going to question Floyd, but you ain't going to question Tyson Fury. That's why I believe Crawford was like, he don't have respect for Max Kellerman. And Max Kellerman tried to play it off. He tried to, you know what I'm saying, brush it off a little bit. But nah, my man Crawford gave it to him. So what's your whole take on that? Him G-checking him on the whole, weight situation. And, Max Kellerman, he said we could agree to disagree, but we're going to debate about it later. If it was me, I would have like, nah, I'm going to stick my, like, I'm going to debate with you now. Like, I'm not going to talk about it later. Max Kellerman was very uncomfortable during that whole situation. What's your take on it?
So there's a couple of things about that. So there's a term for that, and it's called pulling rank, essentially. So there was an episode one time where Roy Jones was stating something about a fighter that was hurt or something like that, and I believe it was Larry Merchant tried to come in, and Roy Jones said something about, you don't know what you're talking about because you ain't never boxed or something like that, and then Larry Merchant was like, you don't have to pull rank necessarily. So there is something to be said about you cannot just disregard somebody's comments because they haven't necessarily been in the ring. I said I feel a little bit about that because I did try to pull somebody. I did try to pull rank one time when somebody was kind of questioning me, and I was like, you never boxed, and then I kind of pulled out some of my credentials. But I think there's also something called science, right? And so Max was speaking about there's something, there's something about when you are dehydrating your body to get to a certain weight, your body is in a compromised position. Your brain needs fluid to be able to take that type of punishment necessarily. But Crawford's point was that I've been in the ring. I know how I feel based on having these day before weigh-ins and then where I can replenish my bodies. And Max's argument was that, well, fighters should be fighting closer to their natural weight. And then he felt that it was a lot safer back in the day when you actually weighed in the day of the fight. And then you basically had to kind of fight at that weight. And then you didn't see people who kind of depleted themselves and then went in and gained sometimes upward of 20 pounds. I've seen somebody gain between like 18 and 20 pounds that next day of just basically just water weight in there. So I think that Crawford has the right to state what he states because he is the person that's in the ring. I don't think Max has even boxed as an amateur. But I think that he's very knowledgeable about boxing. I disagree with him a lot, but particularly when it comes to Floyd. I don't know. It seems that HBO's production just has this fire. Maybe because Floyd left him for Showtime. But I don't really understand that argument.
He destroyed HBO. Yeah. Floyd Mayweather destroyed HBO. When he left HBO got destroyed as Showtime picked up the steam. And that's why Max Kellerman hates him. That's why Jim Lampley hates him. But the funny part is, even when Floyd was still fighting on the network, they were hating on him. So, of course, he was supposed to make a move like that. And that's what Crawford should have done instead of complaining about ESPN, because they told him you pound for pound #1 to his face. And then, during that same interview, they showed that Lomachenko's pound for pound #1 on ESPN list with an undefeated record.
Yeah, well,
they removed his loss. So
yeah,
like I said,
they made it a draw, and I actually went back and I saw it, and it's actually on there. If you watch the interview, actually the latest interview with Terence Crawford, they all put up the pound for pound. They have Lomachenko with a record of something like 0-1.
So my point is this: is all backhand compliments. Like Mac, the Teddy Atlas gonna come over here and talk about you got the best instinct that I had ever seen. This forgetting Roy Jones, forgetting Floyd, forgetting Muhammad Ali.
Sugar Ray Robinson.
These fighters had crazy instinct. And Crawford, my man, but you ain't finna tell me anybody had better instinct than Roy Jones, for example, right? So he told him that. Then I'm like, hold on. That's the same guy that told Terence Crawford and Andre Ward to their face when Lomachenko only had 7 fights. He told him, y'all not competing with each other. Y'all competing with Lomachenko because he pound for pound #1. Now he's trying to make up with it, saying this with a backhand compliment, because as soon as the interview was 5 minutes in, they showed the pound for pound list had Lomachenko on it being undefeated. Trying to fool the casual fans. But that's why the AkHi is over here, because ain't no cap in my game, even with my cap on. Because like I said, I tell it to you how it is. All these Canelo fans in the comment section talking about we this, we that. At the end of the day, y'all could call in and y'all will get schooled any day of the week. However, if y'all want to just show love, all my AkHis, all Android, everybody in the comment section, appreciate all the love and support. But like I said, back to my point, Max Kellerman, like I said, he does the same thing to Crawford. And that's why Crawford, he got fed up with that. And I don't think he kind of I agree with you. You know, you don't got to box to know about boxing. I would say you would know way more about boxing and you will appreciate boxing if you do box, because you will realize, oh man, what Floyd does, that's special.
Magical.
What Rigondeaux does, that's special. However, at the end of the day, in my opinion, Max Kellerman, he knows his stuff. However, he tried to create his own narrative and hate on these fighters on the coincidentalist and overpraise fighters on the hopeless. And that's his agenda from day one. I mean, they created a Gotti list. What is a Gotti list? The fighters that get beat up all the time? What the hell is a Gotti list? I don't see Mike Tyson on that list.
Who's they when you say they? Like ESPN,
Larry,
HBO?
Jim Lampley made the Gotti list.
Okay.
Max Kellerman.
I just want to be clear for the viewers.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is this. That's why Crawford checked him. It's because he got fed up with all that. I don't think he really disagreed with him that much. We could agree to disagree. It's all boxing at the end of the day. But he just hate the fact that he's a two-faced person. In front of him, he want to compliment him. And in the same compliment, he discredit him. Oh, well, you fighting me, machine. Who's that? I didn't see you keep the same energy with Tyson Fury, like I said. And at the end of the day, Max Kellerman, he is right in a way. However, Crawford had a great point, which was, hey, listen, you don't know what fighters go to when they make weight. So if you tell me I got to fight the same day I got to make the weight, it's kind of tough.
That's a good point.
And I agree with him. I went to see my man Khalid Tuwaiti fight in New York City. And when I went, it was so much. We had to wait 5 hours to weigh in. Bro, you know how tough it is? You over here making weight, you got to wait 5 hours and then you got to fight. That's why when he said that, I was like, you know what? I see where Crawford coming from. And Khalid Tuwaiti, he liked the fact that you could have a weigh in the next day you fight. And Saddam Ali thinks the other way around because he had an experience fighting a guy like 30 pounds bigger than him. So I could see either way.
Yeah, there's an argument on both sides.
Like Max Kellerman could have his, opinion all day, but like I said, it's the fact that he be flip-flopping. He would compliment you, and then he would like discredit you at the same time. That's all I'm saying. So let's talk about. Hold on, where we at? Oh yeah, we gotta talk about this. We gotta mention this. Lopez, he knocked out Comey.
That's two.
He knocked out Comey.
I actually predict that. I did predict